In this module, we're going to show you a fantastic way to get your logos, business cards, stationaries, websites, even mobile applications designed and built by an entire team of expert designers. Now, the website we're looking at today is called 99 Designs. Have you ever used 99 Designs before?
I've heard of it, but I haven't used it.
I got turned on to it a couple of years ago, and let me tell you, this is the best way I've ever found for any kind of graphic design. So let's talk about how it works. The idea behind 99 Designs is that when you have a need, let's say you want to get a business card designed, that you put your request on the website, you post the amount of money that you're willing to pay for the design, and then different designers compete for your business. So they'll start to post sample designs of what they think you're looking for. As they post each design, you get to make comments. Yeah, I like that. No, not so much that way. I was thinking of these colors instead of those colors, and that sort of thing. What happens is all the designers who are looking at your contest see those comments, and they see what you like and what you don't like, and they start submitting revised designs that are closer to what you're looking for.
Gotcha. So they're collaborating, they're crowdsourcing.
They're crowdsourcing. And so what happens is as more designs come in, they get closer and closer to what you'd like them to be. Plus, you get so many designs that a lot of times, I know when I'm getting started, I don't really know what I'm looking for, you know? And so they'll put out different designs, and I'll say, you know, I hadn't thought about that, but that's a great way to do it. I'd like more like that.
Now, what's in it for a designer if they don't necessarily do the final product, but they're the one that gets you closer to what you're thinking?
Well, that's a good question. And 99 Designs is controversial with a lot of designers. A lot of designers say, hey, this is demeaning our profession. It's you know, our profession is all about personal consultation and getting to know the client. And with 99 Designs, we're going to have to actually make the design without knowing that we're ever getting paid for it.
Oh.
Now, the difference would be, though, a lot of designers will say, you know what, I can sit down, log into 99 Designs, and I'll see thousands of contests that I could potentially bid on. I'll pick a few that I like, I'll work on some spec work, and then maybe I close a couple of deals out of that. I didn't have to do any marketing, I didn't have to get my name out there, and maybe it was a slow day for me anyway, and I went ahead and picked up some business that way. Plus, and this has been true in my case as well, a lot of times once you first get connected to a designer on 99 Designs, you start working with them offline as well.
Gotcha. So if some designers don't like the website, should I just go to my local print shop and get a design done there? Or?
Well, I mean, it's always an option, but I'll tell you what, the price you'll pay for 99 Designs is usually a lot cheaper than what you get from your local print shop. And the fact of the matter is, you get hundreds of designs. The last time I needed a logo submitted, and we'll show that in a minute, I got almost 500 designs. Lots of different choices, things that I never would have thought of. If you're going to a single designer, you might pay $500, you might pay $1,000, but you're just going to get whatever they come up with. And now, don't get me wrong, a lot of designers are great and fantastic and brilliant, but a lot of designers aren't either, and it's nice to have the choice that you get in the 99 Designs portal. So let's take a look at the website.
All right.
So here's the public website, and if I wanted to get started with, let's say, a logo design, you can see the other things they do here. I can click on Get Started Now, and here's the list of everything that I want to choose. I can get a t-shirt done, I can get a mobile app done from my iPhone or Android phone, I can get stationery done, but I can also get a logo design, which is kind of the most common thing for a new business getting started, or I can get a business card done over here in stationery. Let's take the logo design. You see it says from $2.99.
Yep.
One of the things that's going to happen is when you submit your contest, and that's what they call it, you're submitting a contest for designers to bid on your logo in this case. The price you pay is the incentive for the designer to work on it, right? Because the designer gets most of that fee. Out of $2.99, 99 Designs keeps some, and the designer gets maybe $250. Well, they give you a choice. The $2.99 is what they call the bronze package. So that's the lower end. A lot of the top designers, they don't waste their time on bronze packages. So if you want a really good design, then you might choose to go with the silver package, which is $4.99, or the gold package, which is $6.99. Now, the only real advantage is, from the designer perspective, the gold designs are listed first, the silver designs are listed second, bronze is down at the bottom. Plus, like I say, a lot of the best designers aren't going to waste their time with bronze. So paying that higher fee, you do tend to get higher quality designers.
Gotcha.
There's also other options they'll give you. You don't have to pay those prices. You could pay higher. So instead of paying $6.99 for a logo. If you said, you know what, I want the absolute best logo, I want every single designer in 99 Designs to compete for this, I'm going to pay $1,000.
And that'd be right at the top of their list.
It'll be at the very top. You can also pay $79 for what they call a featured listing that moves you higher than the non-featured listings. And the contest lasts for so many days. I think it's 7 days for a logo contest. You can pay to extend it. So you can pay an extra $60 a day. They'll extend the contest, and that does two things. It increases the payout to the designer, and it also, a longer period of time, maybe the best designer didn't log in for the first few days. It gives them more time to work on your design. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on logo design like we're getting a logo designed.
All right.
So here's the page where you're basically putting in the description for your contest.
Okay. Now, what all do you put in, and how much information do you need to give?
Well, it's a good question. Basically, you want to give as much information to the designers as you can. The more information to work with. Some parts are required. If there's a name that's going to be in your logo, for example, obviously that's got to be there.
Right.
If there's a slogan, that's got to be there. You describe your organization and your product as much as you can. It's especially important to choose your target audience and talk about who you're going to be marketing to, because if you're marketing to, let's say, kids versus senior citizens, or if you're marketing to business professionals versus college kids or whatever, it's going to be a very different look and feel for really whatever you're producing.
Right.
And kind of along the same lines, you can choose your industry. You can choose what type of logo you're looking for in this case. You see some samples, and you can choose more than one. If you're not sure, choose all of them, or at least choose 3, or don't choose any and let them just start from scratch. Then you get these little sliders down here.
Okay.
Where you can choose, am I targeting more towards a feminine audience or a masculine audience, young or mature, luxury, economical, and so on and so forth. So it gives the designers some more information to work with. If you have any colors in mind, and then finally, just any other notes for the designers. You can also choose to have a business card and some other stuff. If you have something you've already kind of drawn out, like a sketch or something, you can upload it here.
Gotcha. Kind of give them something to start from.
Right, yeah. So you fill that out. Go to the next page. You'll make your payment information. You don't have to guarantee the contest. You can say, well, I'm willing to pay $2.99, but only if I like a design. Problem is, from a designer's standpoint, a lot of them look at that and say, well, why am I going to do all this work if there's no
too risky?
Yeah, nobody might get paid for this. So you'll get more designers if you do what's called a guaranteed contest, where you say, I'm definitely going to give this money to somebody. You do also get to choose, though. You could run it unguaranteed for a few days, and then you get a few submissions in. You say, you know what, there's a few of these that are good enough. I'm definitely going to give something away, and then a lot more designers jump in. Let's go take a look at an actual 99 Designs contest that I did recently.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go up here and log in as me. Now we're logged in. So I'm going to go up here to my contests. So what you see here is actually the 2 test logos we started typing in. That we never finished. They kept them in there just in case.
Gotcha.
But here's one that I finished. We did the Bigger Brains logo through 99 Designs. And as you can see here, we actually had 514 contest entries. Yeah, it was huge. It was almost too hard to choose from that many submissions.
I bet.
So I'm going to click on this to go take a look, and I'll show you what we had to choose from. Now what you'll see here is some of the designs aren't there anymore because the contest was a few months ago, and some of the designers take down their designs so that nobody copies them. But most of the designs are here. You can see the one that we actually chose, which is the one that's on your screen. But we had a lot of other designs to choose from that were pretty good, and then some that maybe not so much. But it gives you a lot of different ideas on, that's interesting. It would have been interesting to see if they had gone with that idea or that idea.
I noticed that a lot of them look very similar to the one that we finally chose.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And the reason for that is these are the last ones. You can see this is 577, 575, 574, 580. The one we actually chose was 495, but it actually came in, the first version of this winning logo came in somewhere around 150. And what happens is, as soon as you start getting submissions, as soon as that very first logo shows up, what you want to do is you want to go to the logo, and you see these stars. You can rate it from 1 to 5 stars based on how much you like that logo. There's also a place for you to add comments. So when you add the comments, you can say, it's not really the direction I was going for, or I really like that one, but I wonder what it would look like if you made the words bigger, or if you used these colors instead. Well, what happens is all the designers see your ratings and they see your comments, so they all start to get a better feel for what you're looking for. So we decided, for example, pretty early in the process, we originally were thinking about an orange and blue logo, but we decided we wanted a multicolored logo. So you can see that almost every design is starting to feature some sort of multicolored logo. Very different in a lot of cases, but they knew we wanted multicolored and they were trying to do something along those lines. With this design, once we got the first version and we rated it 4 or 5 stars, then a lot of people started to do similar designs. So you do tend to get a little bit of refinement.
Now, like we said, the designs look pretty similar. Is there a rule against how similar they can look, or plagiarism?
Yeah, it's a difficult part with designs. You know, how close is plagiarizing somebody else's design? For the most part, the designers tend to do a good job of making it noticeably different. One of the interesting things that we ran into is if somebody gets too close to somebody else's design, the other designers also comment. And so they'll make comments on that design. We even had a few cases where people stole designs from other websites and posted them as their own entries. And amazingly, the other designers did a good job of saying, hey, this guy stole that, you know, here's a link to the website, don't use it. And so that helped us out a good bit.
Gotcha.
So the designer we wound up going with, like I say, a lot of the designers get work off the site afterwards. The same's been true of us. We've started a conversation with him afterwards. We've been able to do some additional work with him, and it's worked out really well.
Cool. So how many entries did you get total?
Well, I think it was 513, 514, and we paid somewhere around $550 for the contest.
So it's a silver, gold?
We were silver, I think, or I think we might have been gold. Maybe it was a lower price for gold back then. But we also paid to be featured, and we also paid to extend the contest because we really started to, after about a week, we were getting some great entries in. We didn't want to stop. We really weren't totally happy with everything, so we paid an extra $180 to extend the contest for 3 days.
Excellent.
Now, most of the contests, they say, get 30 to 40 entries. So it all depends on how much you pay. It also kind of depends on a lot on your feedback.
So this whole time, is it just you looking at it, or can you ask your friends or try to get somebody else involved?
Yeah, that's a great question. There is a polls function, so you can actually set up, once you've narrowed it down to, let's say, 4 or 5 that you like, or maybe 2 or 3 that you like, you can actually set up a poll and send a link to your friends, family, business advisors, whoever, to say, hey, take a look at these. Which of these do you like? And they'll come back and they'll give you some choices. So I actually did that. And you see, interestingly enough, the logo that won the poll was not the one that we wound up with. The one that we wound up with was the one that came in second on the poll, or at least close to it. So it just goes to show that the polls are helpful, but maybe not, you know, the entire picture. At the end of the day, it's your decision on what you're going to be comfortable with.
Right.
That's a good logo too, though. I liked that one.
So is this the only website that does this, or are there any other websites that we can go to?
Well, I think 99 Designs is by far the biggest and best, but there are some other crowdsourcing websites out there that do this sort of thing. One of them, for example, is CrowdSpring. Pretty similar to 99 Designs, except they're really just about logos and graphic design, stationery and packaging, that sort of thing. They don't do applications, and not as much with websites. There's another one also, which I don't have much familiarity with, called Microburst, microburst.com. Similar sort of thing, great for logo and graphic and web design. The thing about it is, when you're talking about crowdsourcing, the bigger the pool of designers you're talking to, the better.
Right.
So 99 Designs tends to get by far the most number of designers, so it's usually the best website to go to. All right, so that's 99 Designs.
And this has been Secrets of the Web.